Hey everyone, welcome back to English Unleashed. I'm Tom.
And I'm Angelina. Thanks for tuning in again.
Today we're diving into something everyone faces: problems, stress, and those tough decisions that come out of nowhere.
Exactly. Some days life feels smooth, but other times it all hits at once. Work, trouble, deadlines, choices, small frustrations. It can be a lot to handle.
Right. And today we'll show you the kind of English you need to talk about those moments clearly and naturally.
Here's how this episode will go first. You'll hear a short conversation between two friends, Emma and Josh. They'll use real, everyday English with useful phrases for talking about stress and tricky decisions.
Then, we'll go through everything step by step, explaining key words, phrases, and how to use them.
Don't worry if you don't catch every word right away. You can always pause, replay, and shadow along with us.
Ready? Let's jump into the dialogue and see how Emma and Josh deal with a tough week.
Josh, my brain is a total mess today. I can't think straight. Everything feels jumbled.
Oh no, what's wrong, Emma?
It's work, and honestly, life too. I'm stuck in a huge dilemma. I got 2 job offers, both great, but completely different.
That's big. Tell me about them.
The first one pays really well. Big company, nice office, great benefits, but the work sounds dull. Just reports and numbers all day.
I get it. What about the other one?
The second job seems exciting, creative projects, working with people, even some travel. I'd enjoy it more, but the pay is much lower. So now I'm torn: money or passion, security or happiness.
Classic dilemma. That's tough.
Yeah. And it's getting worse. My current job keeps adding new tasks, no help, no raise. I feel completely trapped, like there's no good move to make.
That's rough. You're definitely under pressure.
Even small things drive me crazy now. Someone at work left dirty dishes in the sink, and I almost cried. My patience is gone.
That's how stress builds up. It sneaks into everything.
Sometimes I just want to step back, stop trying to fix everything, and let someone else handle it for once.
And that's perfectly fine. You don't always have to lead. Sometimes taking a back seat helps you breathe again.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay positive. I keep telling myself maybe I can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. Maybe things will calm down soon.
You will. You're stronger than you think, Emma. But you do need to make a choice soon, or you might hit a dead end where neither job is available anymore.
Exactly! That's my biggest fear, waiting too long and losing both options.
Then maybe it's time to dig deeper, get to the bottom of things. Find out the truth about both jobs. Ask questions. Talk to people already there.
Good idea! I'll reach out to them and really see what a normal day looks like.
Yeah, and you also need to get a clear grasp of what matters most to you.
True. I have to sit down and decide: more money but boredom every day, or less money but excitement and pride in what I do.
Exactly. No one else can make that call for you. Once you understand what your heart really wants, the answer becomes clear.
Thanks, Josh. Talking about it already helps. My head's still messy, but at least I can see a path forward.
That's great. Take your time. Ask questions. Listen to yourself. You're stronger and smarter than you realize.
I really needed that today.
Anytime. That's what friends are for.
Poor Emma. That was a rough situation, too much stress and too many big choices. But we also heard some great phrases in that chat.
Right, and the first one was in a muddle. When you're in a muddle, your mind feels messy. You're confused and can't think clearly.
Exactly. It's like when your brain has too many tabs open at once. You don't know what to do first.
Yes. When I first moved to a new city, Everything was chaos. New home, new job, new streets. I was in a muddle for weeks.
I remember that feeling too. When I started teaching, I was so disorganized that one morning I wore 2 different shoes. My students noticed before I did.
That's the perfect example. Being in a muddle doesn't mean you're lazy. It just means life gave you too much at once.
Next, Emma said she was facing a dilemma. Let's slow down there.
A dilemma means you have 2 choices, but neither one is easy. It's not like one is clearly good and the other bad. Both have pros and cons, so deciding feels impossible.
Exactly. And a dilemma doesn't have to be about big life changes. It can be small, like choosing between 2 birthday parties on the same night.
Yes, but whether it's small or big, dilemmas always make you feel uneasy. You worry about making the wrong move.
I still remember when I graduated. I had 2 job offers, one in London with a fancy company, and one closer to home with flexible hours. It took me weeks to decide.
I totally get that. When I moved abroad to teach, I was torn for months, adventure or comfort. My heart wanted one thing, but my head said another.
And that's the hardest part, right? When logic says one thing, but emotions pull you somewhere else.
Exactly. Everyone around you gives advice, but in the end, you live with the choice. That's why we say face a dilemma, because it's something you have to stand in front of and deal with.
So, you can say, I'm facing a dilemma about changing my job. Or, she's facing a dilemma about studying abroad.
Or even shorter, I'm in a dilemma. It's simple and natural English.
Now let's move to another great expression in a tight corner.
When you say you're in a tight corner, it means you're trapped in a difficult situation. You don't have many options, and every direction feels hard.
Yes, I remember early in my career, my boss gave me 2 impossible tasks, both urgent, both important, and both due the same day. I couldn't do it all. I was completely in a tight corner.
Oh, I've been there too. I once borrowed my friend's bike and accidentally scratched it. I didn't have money to fix it, and I felt awful. Should I tell him or wait until I saved up? I was definitely in a tight corner.
Exactly. It's that feeling of pressure, guilt, and no way out.
Here are some examples. I'm in a tight corner at work, 2 deadlines today. Or she's in a tight corner because she promised too much to too many people.
You don't even need to explain everything. Just saying, I'm in a tight corner, helps people understand you need space or help.
It's a simple but powerful phrase, perfect for those moments when life feels too heavy.
All right, let's talk about 2 useful phrases, mildly irritating and intensely annoying.
When something is mildly irritating, it's just a little problem. Not terrible, just enough to bother you. Like spilling coffee on your shirt before work or waiting 10 minutes for the bus.
Exactly. It's small, you sigh, you move on. Like when every traffic light turns red right before you reach it.
Or when your phone battery dies just before taking a photo, annoying, but not serious.
Now, intensely annoying is when something keeps happening again and again, or it really gets under your skin.
Yes, like a neighbour playing loud music every night at 2 a.m. At first, it's mildly irritating, but by night 3, it's intensely annoying.
Or a roommate who never washes the dishes, small at first, but it builds up until you want to scream.
Exactly. Mildly irritating means I can handle it. Intensely annoying means I'm losing my mind.
Perfect way to remember it. Next up, to take a back seat.
When you take a back seat, it means you stop trying to lead or control everything. You let someone else take charge.
It's like in a car, the driver decides where to go, and you just relax in the back?
Yes, and it's not about being lazy. Sometimes you just need a break. I remember organizing a big family event. I wanted every detail perfect: food, decorations, music. But it became so stressful that I finally said, that's it, I'm taking a back seat. And guess what? The party turned out even better.
I had a similar experience during a group project. I tried to manage everything, but it was too much. Once I stepped back and let someone else lead, everything ran smoother.
Exactly. Taking a back seat can bring peace and balance. You're still helping, just not driving the whole thing.
So, if life feels too heavy, remember this phrase: it's okay to take a back seat.
Well said, Tom.
Now, a hopeful one to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
This means that even though things are tough now, you finally see that it's going to get better. There's hope again.
Exactly. Like when you've been working non-stop for weeks and you realize the weekend is almost here. That's your light at the end of the tunnel.
I remember my master's degree, endless papers, exams, no sleep. I felt like I'd never finish. But in the final week, I could finally see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Same here. When I was saving money to travel, I worked 2 jobs for months. One morning I checked my bank account and realized I was almost there. That moment gave me so much energy to keep going.
That's the power of hope. When you see the light, you realize the struggle won't last forever.
Exactly. You can say, I finally got an interview. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Or, the repairs are almost done. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Next, let's talk about the phrase, come to a dead end.
It means you've reached a point where you can't move forward anymore. No ideas, no progress, no solutions. Like hitting a wall.
Exactly. You can use it in work, study, or even life situations. For example, we've tried everything, but we've come to a dead end.
I remember when my team worked on a big project, and after weeks of brainstorming, we had nothing new. We all looked at each other and said, okay, I think we've come to a dead end.
And that's fine. Sometimes you just need a break or a fresh perspective. After resting or talking to someone new, suddenly ideas return.
Yes, it's not always bad. Coming to a dead end can push you to change direction and find something better.
So if you feel stuck, just say, I think I've come to a dead end for now, and then breathe.
That's real English, simple, honest, and human. Take care, and see you in the next video. Goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Keep believing in yourself.